1 minute, everybody. 1 minute. We'll start our day with a presentation from our valued partners. We'll start with Mr. Brian from Transtrike.
Go ahead, on the tracks. It's okay. We're getting close. Good morning, everybody. Thank you all for coming. All right. Everybody hear me okay? Yeah. Excellent. Everyone had a good evening last night? Good. If you didn't make it to the restaurant, we saw singing and dancing by our friends from Canada and Tunisia. It was a great event. Thank you for your hospitality. It was a fantastic evening. We had great meals, great company. I've met a lot of you people. If you haven't met, please, I apologize, but I'd love to meet you all and take the time to talk a little bit about our solutions. We've been a partner with InQ for over 10 years. We're coming up on 10 years, a long time, a great partnership. We started in one country in the Middle East, and now we're in over 11, looking for 12 and 13 in the future. So I look forward to meeting you. I look forward to taking the time to explain the value that we have in the region and what we can bring to your business. I'm going to spend a little time, and I don't have a lot of time, spend a little time talking about who we are, where we're going in terms of our technology, how our technology integrates, because integration is such an important aspect of how systems talk to each other, how we can get one platform, and that's really the focus of Omnitrax, building a platform for integration, a platform for solutions in transportation, a platform for solutions in analytics, a platform for solutions and integration with a community, or what we call an ecosystem of applications. InQ has a large solution set. And how is it that we can take information from all those solution sets and use it in a manner that creates efficiency, creates savings, and creates optimization? So in terms of our organization, we are a global company. If you have not heard of us, we originally were Roadnet Technologies. Today, we are in over 70 countries around the world. We have our applications localized and translated in several languages. Today, in terms of technology and where we're going, I was talking to many people about the cloud. Everybody knows about the cloud and the trends towards the cloud. Can I ask everyone who today, in terms of their critical information systems, are in the cloud today? Just a raise of hands. Who's working today in the cloud with critical applications? Okay, just a few companies. The trend is different around the world, whether in Latin America or Asia Pacific or in the Middle East. The trend towards the cloud is really evolving. And we try to evolve with that in our application. So I'm going to talk a little bit about evolution of technology and where we're going as an organization. So again, a global provider, a global partner, and where we're going in terms of our technology is where I'll focus today. So where we are basically today around the world, we are with over 30,000 customers. When we talk about assets, assets can be people, managing people, routing and planning for people. Assets can be vehicles, our distribution operations, our primary distribution, our last mile distribution. So Omnitrax, as an organization, has a global footprint. We work primarily with partners around the world like InQ. And our stress or our impact is really on three areas: telematics, route planning and optimization, and analytics. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today as well, in the short time that I've been given. So in terms of our pillars, and our pillars are really where we go as an organization, where our solutions fit into operations, and this is where we're focused in. Compliance. Compliance is something in the United States that's evolving in terms of government regulations. And government regulations vary from market to market. So what we're looking for in compliance is reporting, assuring that we're meeting standards around the world about how our operations comply with government regulations, where my vehicles can or cannot go, how long a driver may be able to drive. So we're really focused on compliance. And with compliance comes analytics, safety and security, and this is the telematics space. Productivity, this is the optimization of our plans and making sure what we plan is actually executed. So how do we compare what is planned between what is actually gone and done in the road? And how do we learn from that? And we're going to talk a little bit about analytics in predicting analytics and how today we can say, okay, I've got this plan, here's what happened actual. Now, based on this history, what is likely to happen in the future? And that's really where we're going as an organization in terms of our technology. We're going to talk a little bit about predictive analytics as well. And then we have the telematics and tracking. There are a host of tracking solutions around the world today. We're focused on tracking not only with our own solutions, but integrating our partner solutions as well. A lot of tracking and how can we build that and bring that information into our platform. So now, the focus of this conference, and we've heard a lot from our guests yesterday about innovation and trends in the industry. And let's talk about where these trends are and where they're going and how Omnitrax fits into that. So the trends today are OEMs. OEMs is, hey, I've got my product or my solution, but it's labeled with another company. Big data. We've got all kinds of information that we collect on our trucks from telematics, from routing, from distribution, from scanning. How can we get that information, report on that information, and make sure that we're making intelligent decisions about where our products and solutions are going and how we run our business? It's really about using big data in an analytical way to help performance in your operations. Geographic expansion. My operations in Tunisia might not be the same as my operations in the United Arab Emirates. How can I assure compliance on those platforms so that I'm meeting the requirements of that individual market? So our solutions are really tailored. We have customers with 2 vehicles. We have customers with up to 10,000 vehicles. And that scalability is very important in how we develop our solutions. Focus on service and market dynamics. And we're going to talk a little bit about those trends as well, because really where we're focused in terms of our innovation, and that's what we're talking about here and why we're here over the next few days, where we're focusing. Expand mobility beyond the cab. So we have the driver, but where else does that mobility come? I might get out of the cab and then I might have to scan. I might have to have proof of delivery. I might have signature capture. I need picture taking. How can we get that information and capture that information on a mobile device? We're doing a project today, for example, in Poland with a large multinational beverage company. They want to say, hey, Omnitrax, this solution, I've got 500 drivers, and every driver has their own device. Has everyone heard of BYOD, bring your own device? So now we're focused on a platform, not necessarily hardware, but a platform. I've got 500 drivers with 500 different telephones with multiple operating systems. How can I get one system to push the route to whatever device they have? And with this project we're working on, really talks to this slide. Expand mobility beyond the cab. Improve data utilization, focus on analytics. Predictive analytics. We're going to talk a little bit about the next phase, which is prescriptive. I hope I said that correctly and everyone understands. There's predictive and then prescriptive. I hate to say it. Prescriptive. And prescriptive analytics is based on my history, what's going to happen in the future. Improved usability, OEM, improved productivity, and then safety. Safety is a big concern now in many of the markets we work in, and how can I improve technology in the cab to focus on safety? So now, this is our new solution that's Roadnet Anywhere. This is our cloud-based solution. This is the next generation. We have today continued to develop our on-premise application, Roadnet Transportation Suite. This is our next generation application. From on-premise hosted solution, on-premise internal solution to a cloud-based solution. We're here today. We have it available in Europe, Middle East, Africa, and around the world. It's localized and ready to go. But again, adaptation of the cloud is slow in this market. We focused initially on small fleets, and now we've grown to customers with over 2,000 vehicles on the cloud. So the architecture and delivery is much different, but the maintenance and support that it takes for an organization to host a cloud solution is really where the cost savings are. This is our platform in terms of the architecture of the solution. And right here, down here, is the Insight. Insight is our analytics tool. This is where it collects information, not necessarily just from the Omnitrax or RoadNet platform, but from other partner communities as well. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but really this piece here with telematics is how we collect data, whether it's our data being collected or data from another solution provider. Because really what we're trying to do is an ecosystem of how we can get information and make intelligent decisions about our operation. This is really our focus. Our focus is a platform, not necessarily solutions, but a platform that's completely integrated across your enterprise. One of the other focuses is telematics. And telematics means a lot of different things to a lot of different people, whether it's in the food service and temperature monitoring, or whether you need tire pressure monitoring, or whether you need when the doors open and close. Really, our telematics solution is scalable. It's hardware focused. We try to be more platform focused. Our application in terms of where this data comes into play, what device you're using is also critical because typically there are in many different markets, many different types of hardware. So our solution on telematics is really not to focus on hardware, but focus on the platform. What is the information that you need for your business? Because pharmacy, we heard a lot about pharmacy yesterday, and the challenges in pharmacy might not be the same for food and beverage, or might not be the same for grocery. So how do we adapt to those markets and those environments, provide a solution across an enterprise? So this is really where we're going in terms of our focus on analytics and our next generation analytics. And what we're looking for here are many aspects. One is advanced data visualization, not necessarily from a driver's perspective, from an executive or CEO perspective. Hey, I want to see how my routes are doing today. I can get a quick graphic that says, hey, if it's green, things are going good. If it's red, I have a problem. Now, how can I drill down into that to find information about my enterprise? This is really where we're focused on visualization of analytics for senior executives that are C-level, but also for management. From a management perspective, I have scorecards. What is it within the data collecting I'm getting that gives me scorecards that provides KPIs? We have heard a lot about KPIs yesterday. Our scorecarding provides that for the management level. And then we have what's going on today. Today, in real time, I'm collecting information about my routes. How can I manage these events across my enterprise? From a city, from a country, from a route, from a distribution center, all the way down to the driver and vehicle level. That scalability in terms of our ability to see in real time where I have problems, we can do that with our scorecard, with our event manager. And then we have the predictive and prescriptive analytics. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that as I move forward. In terms of our planning solutions, this is really the genesis of RoadNet, the genesis of our applications in terms of how I can optimize my route. One of the slides we saw yesterday was, what product, at what customer, at what time, in the right quantity. That's really our focus here as well. Make sure that, based on my routing strategies, making sure that I'm getting the right product to the right person at the right time with the right resources at the best cost, at the optimal cost. Now, whether I'm routing in a fixed environment, whether I'm routing in a dynamic environment, or a hybrid of both, the ability for the application to scale to those solutions is really where we're focused as an organization. It's really a part of, we've heard the acronym TMS, Transportation Management System. That's where we are in terms of our focus with our products under the RoadNet platform. And whether it's loading, optimizing my load, planning, making sure my geographical territories are balanced, not just for distribution, but also for sales. If I have salespeople going out, how can I make sure that I'm providing a full day of work, or a full month of work, or a full cycle of work? That's the focus of our planning solutions and scheduling solutions. Next is mobile applications. And this is where we are focused as well, not only on the handheld, but also on the server side. So we integrate with InCube and the InVan solution, not only at the mobile level, but also from the server side. So I can bring in information, 2 minutes, thank you. I can bring information into our application to make sure that I am focused on a solution that also communicates with other solutions. So in terms of where we're going, and what's hard for a business and how we scale. What happened? Descriptive. Why did it happen? Diagnostic. What will happen? Predictive. And based on those predictions and what I've collected, what's next in terms of optimization? And that's prescriptive. This driver has been with us 5 years. He's had this kind of experience. We know based on this experience that there might be risk for this driver to leave the company. This is what prescriptive analytics means. Not only providing information about performance, but what might happen in the future based on this information. And then what's key as well is easy to use, right? We want to be able to use an application that's not hard to implement, that can be customized or tailored to my operations. And this is really where insight comes into play. Really easy to use and not a challenge to implement. And we talked earlier about the ecosystem. And just in closing, how can I bring information from other systems into my platform so that I can report successfully about my performance and understand from a micro to macro level what information drives my business and how I can make improvements about my business based on this information. And that's really the mantra of Omnitrax and where we're focused. So just to summarize in terms of where we're going, we've heard about the Internet of Things. Well, this is really the logistics of things and where we're focused in terms of our applications. Mobility, analytics, telematics, and planning. That's kind of our focus as a platform in our organization under Omnitrax and the Roadnet solution. So in terms of why, just some talking points of our history and innovation. Roadnet's been around for over 25 years, several countries around the world, several languages. So again, I thank you all for your time. I know I spoke real fast and I covered a lot of information, but I'm here for the day, so if anyone has questions about our solutions or our platform, I'll welcome the opportunity to talk to you all. So I'd like to thank you all and thank our hosts at the InCube team for your time.
Now we will go with Shoji, I'm sorry, with Translac with Mr. Dario.
Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Darius Cancella and I'm a sales consultant at Translac International, which is a company that developed a software to manage cash from a logistical perspective. Now, we're based all over the world thanks to our partnerships. Our headquarters are in Amsterdam, where we have our IT and sales consultants, whereas our developers are based in Kiev. Where they work on the software on a daily basis. We are in the business since 1990, and we managed to develop a global product, but always with local support. We can provide local support thanks to our partnership. InCube is our partner here in the Middle East area, where they help us to provide support and also to communicate with clients and potential clients. And then to reach also other parts in the world, other countries, we partnered up with Gango, which is a very large company and is present in 35 countries. Now, for what concerns the cash management industry, there are a lot of challenges. Many companies are looking for innovation. Many companies want to reduce inefficiency, since many of them still use paper or Excel files to communicate with all the actors within the supply chain of cash. Also, there is a lot of dead cash in the market. Dead cash is, for example, when banks overload ATMs with cash, but then that cash is never used. That means that the bank sustains a huge cost of changing. And also security. Very often in the cash process, cash processing, cash disappears and people don't know where it is. But through this software, it's always possible to reconcile and to know where the cash went missing at any point in time and in any part of the process. So this is how we help you. We have a lot of market knowledge. We've been in the business since 1990, so it's 26 years. We developed a lot of knowledge and experience. Our IT consultants travel all over the world to meet our clients and potential clients. And they allow them to avoid the same mistakes that companies made in the past. And then we provide a standard product. We don't change our software to adapt into business processes, but we try to improve business processes to adapt them to our software. And the combination of these three elements allows our clients to increase efficiency, reduce costs, and improve visibility and security. Now, we started working mainly with CIT, which are cash in transit companies, and cash centers. In the Middle East area, we already have several clients. And after working with CITs and cash centers, then we also moved to banks and retailers, which are mainly shop chains. Now, the philosophy behind our software is creating a community where all the actors that participate in the supply chain of cash are united together, can share all the authorized information, and therefore they can greatly reduce inefficiency and communicate much more easily with each other. Now, this slide summarizes the solutions that we provide. Our software is web-based, so all the actors can just go online and log in into the platform. And the software is scalable and modular. We have several modules that can be combined in order to cover certain parts of the supply chain of cash. The module contract management has to be present in every solution because that allows our clients to enter the details of the contract, such as fees or SLAs. And then those data can be extracted from the billing module to generate billing lines for invoicing purposes. Now, cash management from the front end to the back end. I will start with the front end. The main actors in the front end are banks and retailers.